I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. Don't second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. I smack my girl's ass, tell her pinch me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. Jimmer, Rio, and Danny G in the house tonight. And what's up, boys?
I know my man Rio's looking awfully fit over there.
Thank you very much. I've done cold push-ups the last couple of days, so
Good. You look
Just
swole,
before he comes
so good.
Before he walks in the studio.
I also had COVID, so I kind of know. And that could have
contributed to
my
not a
weight
healthy-
loss.
So as I say, not a healthy fit then?
Well, yeah, it is still.
Okay.
I claim it as that.
Do you guys see that picture of Eli Manning and Tim Tebow
Yeah.
going around right now?
Yeah.
That's so funny. It's like kids are not going to understand that one of these players is a 2-time Super Bowl winner, and one of these guys is basically a bust in the NFL, and they're not who you think.
Tebow is just jacked and shredded, and then there's Eli, skinny and frail as fuck.
Looking like a soccer dad, fucking standing there.
Not going to be the one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm digging that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But, it finally is official. Our guy, sad day, was officially released, and that is one Dalvin Cook. Evidently couldn't get a trade worked out. It looks like it's probably going to be like a 2 or 3 horse type of race, and they're just going to gamble on who can pull them or who can put it together or whatever. But
So does this tell you that they're tanking for a Caleb Williams kind of guy?
I think so. I do believe we're there.
Because I didn't think that he could have just played right, fuck it, for you had plenty of cap room, right? There's nothing going on. But I think that when I heard that, I was like, when it happens, that solidifies my thought they are tanking. Especially, they told Kirk thanks, but no thanks. Mm-hmm. We're kind of looking past you for next year.
I think so too. I think that was now if they're not they're
not.
Yeah. They are they are attempting to. Now, if they are competitive, if they do by some dumb chance win the division, it will purely be based off of
The division.
Well, not just the division, but our defensive coordinator and what he can do with minimal pieces that he has. Because Danielle Hunter's on the is on the trade block too, if you've seen.
Yeah.
So
still young defense.
We'll see. Still young defense. We'll see what the scheme is. Brian Flores, they'd be banking heavily on that. The offense is going to hurt as much. Like I've been telling you guys, I believe we'll find out real quick if Alexander Madison is just a one game, 2 game type of back when Dalvin would inevitably get banged up, right? We'll see if he can go all season long and be that guy. The offense is still the offense, right? They're not losing really any pieces. I mean, yes, Adam Thielen, and that's horrible for leadership.
But talent-wise, I think that Addison fills that spot.
Yes,
fine.
absolutely.
Or maybe better. So
yeah, but then KJ Osborne. So the offense is the offense. They can still probably swing with anybody. If they're able to pull anything, it'll be purely off the defense, and it won't be that'll be the wild card, kind of like it was last year. But it'll completely depend on they're banking on the scheme at this point.
Yeah.
Right. So I am sold. I think this is their half-ass attempt to do it because they didn't do it by accumulating a lot of draft picks to try to trade up or anything like that, unless they're going to just trade away their future to a bunch of future ones to get them. But
I don't know, man. I just think that we will accidentally win the division. You know what I mean? Like Detroit, I understand there's a lot of hype behind them, but there's also been a lot of changes in the last year. Detroit could still win the division for sure. I think they're solid. Defense still not, but offensively for sure. The more interesting thing to me is the fact that Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook are both available to anybody at this point. Mm-hmm. So here's the question that I have for both of you. Different players. One of them's a little more injury prone, but maybe more upside. Zeke, maybe he's lost a step. over the last few years. Who do you think is the more, we'll say, prized running back of the two?
Okay, let me correct a couple things. The first one is Dalvin Cook at this point in his career is way more explosive than Zeke. So we don't have to be nice about that. Mm-hmm. But with Zeke is the more sturdy back. So like you're getting what you get.
Yeah, I think he won't blow you away with his speed or anything like that. But he's a do-it-all. He'll get the short yards. He can bust a long one off every now and then. He's not gonna outrun anybody by any means, like that. But he's great in pass protection, right? That's one of the reasons they kept him on the field so much last year too. But yeah, definitely Dalvin Cook would be the guy that you'd want out of the two. And I mean, I could see honestly Zeke possibly going back to the Cowboys, on the right deal.
Yeah, the longer this keeps going.
The longer the market doesn't really develop for him. Like, hey, because behind Pollard, there's. Everybody likes that Deuce Vaughn, but he's still like a 7th rounder, 5th, 6th, 7th rounder. I can't remember where he went, but you can't count on rookie production. And then after that, it's really nobody. So I mean, I know we signed a guy from that was in the doghouse at Tampa Bay, but for pennies. So I mean, I could clearly see him. If it didn't seem like any hard feelings were there, so him coming right back on some 4-year deal or a $4 million deal or something like that, but. Yeah, if you're looking for a better back, that you're looking to, game-changing plays, that would be Dalvin.
For sure, I agree with that. And I'm a huge Pollard guy, but he's never been the guy.
The guy in that many touches.
Yeah,
and having to run in between the tackles
and coming off of
Achilles injury.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, it'd just be. Yeah, I think. Signing Zeke or something like that would be somebody who knows the system, familiar with Dak, and all that kind of stuff.
So where I'm actually shocked, and this may sound dumb, but I actually forgot that Zeke is still on the market. So
DeAndre Hopkins is still.
Well, I know, but he just went on. Zeke's been released for a while, right?
Well, he hadn't even made any visits. His first one is to.
Tennessee.
I said Tennessee coming
and then
up,
the Patriots.
and then Patriots right after that. So, I mean, it's been that long, and he's finally now kind of lined up a visit. I mean, Patriots had a need at wide receiver since 2 years ago. So, how's this not happened before?
Quicker, trying to drive that number down. What I'm getting at though is I'm curious why people haven't gotten a hold of Zeke. Like, why? Okay, so Dalvin has been tied to Miami for this whole time, right?
Yeah.
Everyone keeps saying Miami. Well, this last few months. Why in the hell, Miami, who runs the same type of zone run scheme that like Kyle Shanahan runs, that Minnesota runs, that McVay kind of runs when their offensive line isn't dog shit? Why didn't they call Zeke? I would like that. That would be so smart. They already have a plethora of backs. They don't need Zeke to be the rushing leader of pass.
They just need a consistent guy, right?
Right, a consistent guy, and he can do both. Obviously, he's a pass catching back too. On top of it, he's a well-rounded back. I don't understand why they didn't. And they would have gotten him a lot cheaper than what if they're going to go with Dalvin. They're going to have to pay more to Dalvin than what they're going to have to probably do with Zeke at this point because of the lost step, that we alluded to. I'm just surprised that he hasn't. Anyone that is looking for one, why wouldn't you give a offer at least? Maybe he has been getting vet minimum offers that we don't know about, but stuff like that.
Yeah,
Dalvin will be. It looks like it's going to be, unless there's a third one I'm not thinking off the top of my head. It looks like it's going to be probably either Denver or Miami. That someone out in left field kind of comes out that we don't know about. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's been tied to Miami this whole time. I honestly think if I were him, I know that's home. He's from Florida. He's from Miami, I do believe. I actually think he'd be better in Denver.
Yeah, with Sean Payton.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sean Payton out there. If Russell can make a bounce back, they have plenty of other pieces like offensively, like wide receivers. They have a decent O-line. So I think for him, I would almost be better to go to Denver. And that's in my opinion.
I don't think there's a bad situation though between the two, right?
Right. I mean, the good thing about going to Miami is that you have all those backs. You don't need to count on him, and maybe you'll preserve him for the whole season and the playoffs because he only needs to carry the ball.
And who is the I can't think of the young back that got hurt last year for Denver. Williams? Is it Williams?
Yeah. Was it North Carolina's?
Jamal? It's not Jamal Williams, is it?
No.
God damn it. But anyway, he got hurt, but he's going to come back, and he's going to probably need time to get back. So it'd be good to have a really good two-headed system there.
Yeah.
I just thought about that the other day when he got released. I'm like, man, believe it or not, like this is kind of almost a Zion Williamson like type of a scenario, right? Super talented with fucking our guy, but it's like he gets hurt so much. You've had him, not only are you a fan of Minnesota, but you've had him in fantasy too, right?
Yeah.
So you've felt the pain and you understand that. I think it's a really good comparison because Zeke he's not really injury prone. He's a solid running back. He could make the Pro Bowl with the right team, right? So it's like, fuck, which would you pick? It's tough.
For the true championship contender, I think you take the shot at the higher end. But anyone middle of the pack, maybe they think that I would go with.
You know, if you got a young quarterback, somebody that can come in, he can pass protect well, and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, that nice little transition there, my man.
You're welcome.
Zion's baby mama drama.
Baby mama drama.
Baby mama drama. So there's a third woman. So if anyone doesn't know, there's a woman that evidently...
Yeah, dude's been putting in work, like we haven't, but not on the basketball court.
Not on the basketball court. That's the reason why his hammies are hurting. Evidently, he's a
I'm slanging that thing like that.
Slanging.
Yeah. According to this, especially like I think it's a third woman.
So allegedly.
Well, I'm just saying, evidently he's a sex addict, which isn't that most dudes.
Give Tiger a call. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, he'll figure this part out. But evidently he posted a picture of him and this woman that he girlfriend, whatever she was, and she's pregnant. Well, that's where you enter. I think her name is Mariah Mills. That's the first one. And she goes on a rant.
And so this all stemmed from the picture that Zion put up on his socials about him and this all of a sudden like 8-month pregnant chick, right?
Yeah.
So basically saying, hey, we're going to have a baby, then follows the drama.
Yeah, she's like, this Mariah's like, I was with you last week in New Orleans, and you couldn't tell me you had a random thought, that hoe over there. Let's go ahead and make it clear.
Didn't she say that she
pregnant.
let him huck a loogie in her mouth?
Oh, I'm going to read this.
Oh, okay,
oh
yeah.
yeah. That thought pregnant after all I've done for you at Zion. Better pray I'm not pregnant too because I'm definitely late.
That would be wild.
Nah, she's just being facetious at this point. She's pissed, so she's like, what's up?
What it is, right? You won't do is threaten my pregnant. Oh, okay. So then there's a little battle because there's like a cousin of the woman that's pregnant. Won't threaten my pregnant cousin. I'm in Atlanta right now, blah, blah, blah. I'm being harassed now at Zion Williamson. I don't like... Didn't threaten anyone, if anyone, blah, blah, blah. This is getting out of hand. You need to call your peoples, Zion. If anything happens, it's on you. My sister, where's the one? Because she starts talking about all the nasty shit that he's down for. And then
she's like, you could have told me you had a baby mama before
What did she?
Spit
One
in
of
my
them.
mouth.
One of them was some people are spit in my mouth. There was one of them where it was like, you didn't tell me about this Saturday when you were over here. She's going off. This is like recent. This isn't last year's stuff.
Yeah, and been laying around sleeping comfortably, knowing you have bitches pregnant, disgusted. It gets. Because it's like microblade. I'm trying to get to exactly where she said, because she says she starts breaking out the nasty shit that he's into. Not quite like OBJ getting dumped on.
What are you talking about?
You don't remember that?
I do remember.
Oh,
that.
okay.
I just wanted you to say it.
It's Cleveland Steamers.
Yeah.
Why didn't you get
Go
my?
Browns.
Is this the same chick? All right. So the one. So this other chick is this Taylor.
Let's see if it's up on Twitter still.
Yeah, pull that one. I'm gonna pull but the third chick is Yamil Taylor, and says branding him a sex addict, and I get my own money in real life and never been a prostitute or sold my body.
Hooker. Okay.
You outside buying. Collins, you didn't have 100K. Yeah, this is making me dumber just the way that all this is being read. Why I didn't get my Bentley and my Richard Mille last summer? Because I don't let you record me. I never gave you a threesome or never had a OnlyFans or was on Pornhub, so I guess I was all play. I probably never had a chance. You nasty sex addict. I think it said nasty fucking sex addict, but man. It was a lot easier. I will say this. It was a lot easier just yesterday to find the original, because she breaks down. The first chick, like, breaks down, like, I let you spit in me, or I let you blow loads up in me, and
yep, she was detailed. She's a porn star. That's part of the thing.
Yeah, that's what it is. Did you find it yet?
No, you must have.
Yeah, it feels like everyone kind of like just
Took it down for a little bit.
took it down. This chick is thick. The third one, she's thick.
Imagine being in Zion's shoes where everyone wants some. Everyone loves you. You're the young big thing in the NBA. Yeah. You're just like, Tiger back in the day when he started his sex book, right? He's the biggest thing in the world. Would it be hard to turn it down, Jimmer? Be real.
Turn what down?
Exactly what we're talking about right now.
Turn all that down?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. If that, obviously, if you're saying in the exact same shoes where I started off young when this happened,
Did you read
I
that?
would just
Sorry.
I would just stay single, so this wouldn't even be an issue.
I don't feel like he committed to anybody's relationship, bro.
Isn't he committed to the one that is pregnant?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he's gonna be for 18 years. So.
Yeah.
Pocketbook wise.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, it's kind of scary. Like, all these people are walking around with every type of fucking STD nowadays. Like,
Nah, Zion, he got me pregnant too. So,
Yeah.
dollar bills, son.
dollar bills. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Easy. It's private.
gonna have
I can
to-
say that.
He's going to have to take Nick Cannon's advice soon. You heard that, right?
No, what's that?
So after 10 kids, they can't take any more money for child support.
What?
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, after 10, it's too much. So they either, like, make the number shorter to, for everybody else to get the last kid's money, or you just don't get anything else taken. So I think Nick's at, like, 12 or something. He's at some obscene amount of
Some
kids.
Crazy dude.
And
That
it
dude's
doesn't have
just
to be child support anymore, or any additional
shooting a
amount.
machine gun out there.
Dude, I really want to read exactly that little game recap. That really bugs me that I can't, because I had it fully yesterday.
Oh yeah, I had it here. I'll
right.
read it out for you.
Oh, you did have it?
Yeah, I thought I could.
Yeah, pull that up, because we want to hear how much of a freak he is, and then we're gonna talk about.
So
'cause
not the
Danny-
whole thing, but she did. It didn't have the whole thing. It had that little bitty snippet on Twitter. I let you spit in my mouth last week when we were boning. You could told me you had another whore pregnant. How was that going to work moving us both to New Orleans? You think I would have found out? That's all it has on that one.
Oh, yeah, she nasty.
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 Do you? First off, you got to learn how to. I'm not even saying any other thing other than confidential agreements or whatever the fuck those
Yeah.
are.
NDAs.
Yeah. Have you not gathered that much with everybody that keeps going down on this type
Yeah,
of? Because
not
you
as
have
much.
chicks that are trying to get the NDAs taken away.
Yeah, bro. You
or
got to
taken
learn
down.
from Drake, man. Carry some hot sauce. Wear
Here's
rubber.
Oh, shit.
Burn that out.
Get some Tabasco on you. Keep that thing on you.
At least spray
would
and pray. Do
hold
something.
Hold on. Tell me that wouldn't be baller as fuck. Is if he actually posted on there and just had like a fucking hot sauce? Be like, you wouldn't have had this issue.
Right.
If Drake actually commented on there, that God, I'd laugh my ass off.
Big Poppy
But-
with the sauce.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this. I thought it was kind of weird. I thought it was like outdated when it came across my phone, but the Nuggets made a trade with OKC for like a bunch of picks that eventually gets OKC a 2029 first round pick. And I got it right here. That is, they're acquiring. The Nuggets are acquiring a 2024 first and second round pick and a 23 second round pick for a deal with OKC to give them a protected 29 first round pick. Don't know what's going on here. unless you're compiling, because that's for
you're
you try to take a stab at
adding a young piece,
Or
moving up in the draft somewhere.
right. Or the Nuggets, because that's the second round. I'm curious who the guy is that these two are positioning for. Is there some phenom that you haven't seen?
Must be.
That beside we've heard is about Wimbayo. Like, okay, is there someone where I think is that? What year does Bryce come out?
Oh.
LeBron's kid.
No, I think it's next.
No, I'm not talking about for the Nuggets. I'm talking about the 29 pick.
No, I think it's sooner than that.
It's sooner than that.
Sooner than that, so it won't be any bearing on either one of those.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, whatever kid's got to be in middle school, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. It's busy, though, for that.
Yeah,
right now.
this is way late, and the team that's in the championship right now, 91-83 with 6:54 left in the fourth. Nuggets are ahead, by the way. And we did want to get a little bit of insight from Rio, what he thought about that PGA Tour Live agreement. What was your first thought process when you seen that come across?
I started laughing immediately at all the guys who didn't take the money and were defending the PGA. You know, there's not an honor and all that kind of bullshit. And then, you know, the guys who took the deal were wiping their fake tears away with, you know, dollar bills. And then now they're combined. So, you know, I'm guessing they don't get that chunk of change. And I think Rory is the one who come out and, you know, sat down. He's like, yeah, I kind of feel like I was thrown to the wolves and kind of feel stupid sitting up here. You know, I went to bat for these guys and what it's about. And then, you know, this happens. So, yeah, that was my first thought. Was like, man, those guys missed out on potentially millions of, you know, if they just taken it and then they'd be part of the PGA anyways.
Yep.
So, yeah, pretty funny.
So according to this, because this came out today, golfers who remained, and this came from the deal broker, Jimmy Dunn, says golfers who remained loyal to the PGA Tour, but not those who left for the Live, would receive equity shares in the new for-profit enterprise being formed between all of them. I don't know what that would entail, but I'm going to venture a guess it wasn't $100 million or whatever what Old Boys was.
Yeah, they were,
Was
I mean,
that
it was
Mickelson's?
6 figures. I mean, they were offering Tiger just some crazy amount.
Tiger was
they were
almost a bill they were
dude,
offering, yeah.
They were offering this kid who wasn't even that good, like 6 figures. So, I mean, he took it. I mean, I would too, but.
Well, think about it. There's somewhere around 3,000 players that have their PGA Tour card or whatever. So whatever equity,
Right.
True that.
Yeah.
not much.
And did you guys want to chat a little about UFC 289, which is tomorrow night?
Yeah.
We got Nunes and Irene Aldana.
Who the fuck is that?
Right. Did you guys see that thing about Nunes talking about she was going to retire, like when she was going to retire, but said that she didn't want old girl to be the champion.
Pena?
Yeah.
She beat her?
Yeah.
I didn't.
So
Yep.
some talking some shit there or whatever.
Yeah,
you
it
wanna
kind of
put
gave
it.
her the fire to come back, and yeah.
Get her back. So does that scare you a little bit that maybe she put all that energy into that and she was already thinking retirement? You think there's an upset on the hill for this one?
No. So Pena pulled out of this fight and this other woman got inserted. So I think, you know, we see another ass whooping. You know, that's the biggest thing, I think, especially for the first time fighting someone you never have of that high caliber and how good she is. I think it's just going to be a quick finish.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah, Nunes, she's so much better than everybody else. Pena had that good round against her, but you know what? Sometimes you slip up. Sometimes you're not as focused, and that's what happened. And then when the rematch came, she whooped that ass and showed what she's really about. I think that's what we see this fight, too.
There we go. I'm just trying to throw something out there with her. Like, there's not.
It's tough.
You know I'm Nunes.
It's tough,
Yeah,
I
I don't
was
know
so-
too much
I was
about
so-
this other.
Neither do I. I was so shocked when Pena upset her in that. Anyway, that was
Yeah.
more surprising than any other.
Yeah, that was like, what, plus 4,000 or something crazy like that.
Yeah. So
When did Pena pull out of this one? Pretty recently, right?
I guess I don't know for sure when. I want to feel like it was a while ago, but there's been so many news of the UFC popping off and stuff, so I'm not for sure, but...
That's true. That's the only thing that makes me think maybe she'd have a fighter's chance because, fucking last minute, you got to change your approach and everything, but I don't see it happening.
Did you guys see Dana White talking more about this? Tyson Fury and John Jones. Did you guys catch that video?
Not recently.
Yeah, so he had another press conference. It wasn't just it wasn't. I think he was asked at a press conference. It wasn't just like on his phone, like when the very first one that came out, about the in the closet thing, like who walks out. This was more like he told him, he's like, if he wants to do this, he's like, all these boxers do this. They all want to fight a UFC guy, and I'm gonna stick by what I say. The baddest motherfucker I know is right over there. He's like, we made a deal happen with Mayweather. We can do it for you. We'll figure out how to get you paid. But we're going to the octagon. And evidently, I didn't know this. Tyson Fury actually trained some in the octagon too.
Yeah, but there would have to be a lot of money. He's already said he's not going to go into. Basically, you'll have to come here, is what he's said, which is smart because he'll get fucking just utterly destroyed.
Yeah, and then Dana White's just full of shit. I mean, most of that money come from the boxing side, if we're being legit and honest, and if he would too. So, not that he was doing anybody a favor, know.
Why? I was gonna say, why would? Cause when it, if you're
it's
the
not
other fighters,
it's not boxers wanting to come to fight MMA guys. It's MMA guys want to fight boxers because why?
Money.
They don't make fucking shit,
right?
So he's not fooling anybody who knows what the hell's going on.
Flashback. I don't know if it was the co-main event or not, but Charles Oliveira is finally fighting again. Feels like it's been forever, hasn't it?
Yeah.
He has Benil Dariush.
Yeah, Benil Dariush. I think he's been off a while too. God, that guy could have been locked up for a title fight so many times. I tell you,
it's going to be a really good fight, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Dariush is fucking awesome.
Great wrestler. Oliveira's great. Anywhere on his back, he's got decent striking. So yeah, I think it'll be a really good fight.
Yeah, I had to do the math there. It's been 8 months since we've seen Charles Oliveira. That was Islam.
Yeah.
But leading up to that Islam fight, he fought a lot. Like, he defended the belt, 3 or 4 times, and I swear to God it was 6 months. It was pretty quick.
From the time he won the belt was Chandler, right? Or he got it from Ferguson first and then defended it against Chandler?
Yep.
Is that what it was?
I believe so.
No, title
Not
fight
Ferguson.
Was Chandler. It was
Okay,
Chandler.
so
yeah,
was
it
that
was
his second fight? Chandler's second fight.
Oh, yeah, after Hooker. Yep.
So May 15th, 2021. December 11th, 2021. So it looks like about, every 6 months? 5-6 months. Gaethje, and then Islam. Islam was in October, but it's been a little while. Anyway,
I mean, look at the guys though. Look at the names you just put off there. I mean,
some bangers.
Yeah,
that's a lot of bangers I just named right there.
And he beat him
Islam
up,
probably.
too.
I was gonna say Islam's probably the least banger of all the ones I just named. Even Ferguson at that point, that was in 2020. He was still.
Yeah, he hadn't fallen off the wagon yet.
Quite yet, but any chance of a revitalized from Oliveira? Pull himself back into this where he's competing for a championship again?
I think so, for sure.
A little time off, a little more time than usual, and kind of rest up, get some things right. Then, yeah.
I think there was a lot of, he might have even said this out of his camp, but that he was hurt in that Islam fight too, which, you hear shit after the fight, so who knows if that was real, but if he's healthy, he could make a run again. Yeah.
You guys did see also one small little thing. I do believe Oklahoma, the great state of Oklahoma women's college softball was at 3, so back to back to back.
Yeah, what's that? 50? How many games in a row? 50 something? 52?
I want
steroids.
I hope
They're
so.
juice to the gills.
Let's go.
They're
fucking
Jews. I
juice
hope
to the
so.
gills.
Hold on, it can't sound shameful now when we've been preaching for them to
That's
just
right.
legalize, let them do it.
That's right.
Right? Jeez. Well, gentlemen, that's what I had.
Boom, bada boom.
Let's go. So who's got to make sense tonight?
Oh, we can always go with some.
It's not Tuesday.
I
Can't-
can give you some. We can always go with some workplace drama, I guess.
We always love that. Where
Huh?
do you? We always love that. Where do you work?
Pin Pro.
Perfect.
Do you make pens?
Yeah, make pens. So the one I was gonna tell you is, yeah. No, I'll leave that one be for right now. So there's this. Okay, so we're kicking off this new thing. Okay, we're gonna go with this one because it's silly. I'm sure he's gonna listen, and I'm gonna get toe tagged for it. But we're starting this new thing where
TG told you to tell it. on here, so.
yeah. Well, it kind of started from that cat. So
Perfect.
we have a dude that complains at work about bitches about every little thing. You can't touch anything that he does. He's the world's hardest worker. One day we'll introduce you so you'll know that you were in the presence of the world's hardest worker.
God, that would feel good. I'm
Yeah,
here for
it'll
it. Okay.
get you motivated, right?
Okay, yeah.
You'll be ready to rock. So always bitching about people not doing their job or blah blah blah. But he's that same guy that when you come down and he's taking over for you, like, hey, I got this, and this. Everything's looking good. You got most of it knocked out. I didn't quite get to that, and it's like, let's say a small pile of
That's the
something
end of
next
the
to
world.
That is the end of the world, but not to your face. So he'll tell Rio there. He's like, Rio will be like, hey, I'm not saying Rio will do this because he'll actually go the other way, but we'll say another operator will be like, hey, I'll instant clean it quick. I just need to take my cardboard out. No, you're good. You're good. Well, then go motherfuck them after they leave and talk shit and then go up there and bitch to management about it.
Ooh, that's dirty.
Oh, yes. And nonstop, right? Mm-hmm. So they've heard about it so much.
So that's why I make an effort to fuck him everywhere. That way he can.
So it's not.
Oh,
There's
it's
no
real.
confusion.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
real.
real.
It's
Let's
there
go.
in your face. Like there's no subtle. I tried to hook you up. Like I fucked you there, there. Really tried harder there, but still fucked. So you're welcome.
Yeah.
like
We are on this kick now. So we've been on this kick about housekeeping, blah, 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 right? And we haven't been doing that bad. I don't understand the thing. But regardless, we have that comboed with his bitching. Now you put both of those together. Now we have this thing called extras that we were supposed to get accomplished, 5 of them a week.
Let me ask you a question quick.
Mhm.
What's housekeeping to you guys? Is that like power washing and sweeping
Just
up and stuff?
Cleaning.
Okay.
Cleaning anything.
Yep.
Mm.
Just cleaning everything. Basically, there's general stuff. You get your room back to where it was, but like when you got there, if you have the ability to do that, if time permits, and you were busy. Okay. So we're cleaning. So we're supposed to be doing that. Now they put this into what they call extras. Now, supposed to produce 5 of those a week and send that in an email or a handwritten one.
Yeah.
I do believe.
Yes.
Now, there's no definitive answer. They try to give you a definitive answer on what an extra is.
Yes.
Now, here's where the problem is. We have housekeeping daily, shiftly. You literally fill out a housekeeping form. There's stuff on there that you have to do in your room that you're supposed to get done throughout the day, and usually it's split up between like 3 shifts, whatever each one can get done. Right?
There's a sheet a day, and it just has to be completed. Doesn't matter. You just kind of try to split it up between 3 shifts.
Try to keep it fair, right? Almost every one of the quote unquote extras, that even the suggested ones that they send out
Is
are
on that fucking sheet.
It's on that sheet, or it's stuff that is literally already kind of your job. Like if you walk by a busted pallet in the middle of a fucking warehouse, yeah, you should pick that up. And we already do. Why would you worry about sending a goddamn email? This is an extra that I'm doing. You just do it. You know what I'm saying? We just already do. Like there's
part of your job.
There's
right?
certain people that do and don't. You know, that's just what it is. That's what it is in life.
Change
but now
toilet paper out.
Right, and there's so many people. There's so many people that are so fucking up in arms about it. You know, like especially the old school guys. I saw one about blow his top today, right at the end of the shift.
Perfect.
And the cheese meister. because he's doing all this shit. And they're like,
Hey, tell him don't fret, dude. I did too, and was like, fuck it.
Well, he flat. No, he did his, and they tried to tell him that. Well, that's already part of your housekeeping stuff. That you should probably do that.
Yeah.
We'll use it this time, but I'm like, where do we draw the line? Like, it's literally cleaning. You're supposed to pick up stuff and clean stuff anyways.
That is funny. So when we got our kickoff meeting about it, and they said it, I said that same exact thing. I said, well, that's on the housekeeping. Well, that's on the housekeeping. I said, well, that's on the housekeeping. You know, and they were like, well, it's just like trying to twist your arm in there. It's just, everything's not. And I'm like, no, that is literally our daily job. So tell me what an extra is. Of course, it was one of the leads who hasn't been there as much. So, you know,
but then
credibility is kind of like, yeah,
but
whatever.
Right, but then come to find out, none of them have the real answer.
No, none of them.
And then even the most experienced one, he doesn't. He's like, you know what, I'm going to let these go, because he broke them down into groups. I'm going to let this go until I'm told that this one won't count later on, but it'll have to count now, blah, blah. We go talk to the horse's mouth, the person that started or initiated this thing. And every example he brought up is, I'm like, dude, that's stuff we're supposed to do already.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, it really was. And then he read me examples of ones that got turned in, and they literally were, he's like, well, this one is not, these aren't extras. There's 3 straight or 5 straight, whatever it was. And it was our man, Ruby, who literally named every job that was part of what I trained him to do. He put wash reactor 3, 4 floor. That's literally on the housekeeping form.
Well, I could have done it worse.
Pounded out the zinc.
Well, that's actually true. Not everybody does that. So
Not everyone does it.
I'll let that one slide.
Where do we get loose with the extra?
I get that.
There was another one he just put right in there too.
Scan my paperwork. Issue the right amount.
And I'm
You're welcome.
I'm like, that one is pretty obvious, but all the rest, I'm like, nobody knows what's going on. So I'm just saying, it makes sense if you don't think about it. Extras that are already part of your job.
Yeah. Well,
You just have to check it off twice, right? Do the
at least before you roll something out,
but
like
they're not
figure
gonna
out
be-
what's going on.
Yeah, but
what you're doing.
exactly. And they're not going to be good enough because you don't know what you really want, and your extras
Yeah.
are already always going to be part of your job.
Yeah.
And literally everything that you already do can always be that same argument. Well, that's stuff you're already supposed to do. Well, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
Then there's no such thing as extras.
Yeah.
Listen, it just sounds to me like you guys are quiet quitting. Okay,
I'm quitting.
quiet quitting.
Love it. Define that.
I just get
Just
stuff
doing
on.
your
I
job.
got my
It's just doing your job, Rio. Nothing extra. Just doing what you get paid to do.
You know, I did.
Okay.
I did say when they kicked this off, I was like, I hope this. I said, I asked everybody in the room. I'm like, y'all remember when we were not having kickoffs anymore for about 30 seconds, and we were gonna have like 10 different mini kickoffs and stuff for 10 minutes, and about 2 hours later, you'd finally get to start your job. He said, I hope this lasts about as long as that did.
right.
Which was, like I said, 30 minutes, maybe.
That one was that one's awesome. Makes sense in itself too. That was fucking. That
Yes.
was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
The weirdest thing.
Sub meetings to the meeting, then different people break off, go to
I
another
don't even
one,
know, and then
and then go turn it in somewhere else. And
But then they complain stuff wouldn't get done, and it's like, well, you spent an hour and a half going to fucking meeting.
and not a single
Surely thereafter we were back to our normal kickoffs.
but then not a single one of the message came really from a management member because they were too busy. They're pulled from. Yeah, that was a mess. But yeah.
Disaster.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely makes
Yeah.
sense if you don't
Yeah,
think
man, I
about
was
it.
gonna say, it makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
See, that was perfect.
God damn. Well, it's about time to wrap her up, boys. So, those of you people,
Take notes, Zion.
you beautiful people out there in the interweb, if you happen to find us anywhere, be sure to like, subscribe, share the whole 9 yards. But Jimmer, where's the podcast available?
Anywhere and everywhere podcasts are available. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
YouTube. Let's go. And we love to tell a good story. We'd love to tell yours too. Just go ahead and slide on in.
To those DMs, get us that story. We'll get it out to all the folks that want to hear it. You know we do as well. You can change names, omit anything you need, but listeners love to hear those funny stories, so get them out to us.
Boom, boom.
That's right, boys. Who you got tonight? Is Denver going to make this 3-1?
It's final.
Oh, so
yeah.
it is 3-1.
108 to 95.
Would you bet
yeah.
on it right now? Well, yeah. So what you're saying?
Yeah. Place it right now. Slam dunk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So is it over next game?
This is back in Denver. Yes. I think it is. This is that game that I told you we all kind of I think half admitted to is that Jimmy Butler willed them to one. I think they got their one, so they want to get swept. Denver's too talented all around. You have Kevin Love coming out there trying to defend Jokic. There ain't that. Tyler Hero had a shot at coming back in this one, maybe in that one, and he doesn't miss a beat. Maybe they get one, but if I were betting, man, Nuggets close this out.
So, yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Miami just has to play perfect basketball to win against Denver.
And they just aren't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times are they down big and then go on a 17-5 run and then, kind of they just aren't that team,
Agreed. I think it's over too. But we'll let you guys figure that out. So thank you, everybody, for listening. This is Three Big Sports.
We out.
Discussions, I've been writing, I love it. All this doubt around me, damn it, look, I got it right.